Everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hustler, and this is White Black Zombies. So this deck is really sweet. Came out of Europe at top 80 GP Madrid, although that was a team tournament, so only the top 4 made it, but it was there in the top 8 teams if you went and find it. And as well, I believe, a top 4 in RBTQ in the hands of Julian Berteau, who's the same person who piloted it in Madrid. So not sure what our opponent's up to here. We're going to lead off with this nice Gravecrawler into Smuggler's Copter start, and then, get an Inquisition Liliana in there at some point. Wow. Okay. Opponent bolting the Gravecrawler. I like to see that, I think. Search, turn 2 search for Ascanta. Looks like they're on Grixis control here. Alright, there's a land. It's a good draw. Our life total not going to matter much here, I don't think. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a Copter here, and then next turn I can, depending on what our opponent does, but I can play Gravecrawler out of my graveyard by activating Mutavault, turning it into a zombie, allowing me to cast the Gravecrawler and equip the Copter. Thought Scour, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to flip Search for Ascanta next turn. Search is pretty good, I won't lie. I also might just fire off Liliana here if it looks like we're going to have a chance to resolve it. Yeah, their opponent's just going to pass back. Alright. Okay, so I am going to Inquisition here. Opponent gets to flip Search, and that is a problem, but we have to take that Kolaghan's Command, that's for sure. Wow, we would have been pretty good to just fire off Liliana here. It's too bad. It's good to know for next turn, though. Alright, so I think that this is fine. It puts a recursive threat into play. Our opponent won't have a chance to respond either. They'll get a bolt our Smuggler's Copter, but that's not a big deal. Alright, they're going to shoot down the Mutavault. That's fine. As a matter of fact, that means we get to get the Copter. That actually works out great, because we do want the draw here. Because we need the land to enable the Liliana. And there it is. I don't think we're going to need Fatal Push. Yeah, this worked out very well. Our opponent kills our Mutavault. That's fine. It does not prevent us from actually casting Gravecrawler, though. You don't have an opportunity to stop it. Once Gravecrawler is on the stack, it's on the stack. So now next turn we know our opponent has... so they play the Lightning Bolt. So they have Scalding Tarn, Terminate in hand. And they get to see a card here, which it looks like they kept on top. And then played Search. Okay. Or flipped the Ascanta. Alright, great. We can play Concealed Courtyard out here. Fire up the Smuggler's Copter again. See if our opponent wants to terminate it. And then we'll follow up with Liliana. This card is very difficult to beat. This card is great in Modern, not just Standard. But Liliana, also pretty good. Alright. I am happy just to pitch this Tomb, I think. See if our opponent terminates this or not. Nope. Alright, well, there's no reason not to just fire off Liliana. The upside is too high. They would have had to have top decked a counterspell. So let's hope we didn't get unlucky. They have terminated and one unknown. Okay, well, we've got very unlucky. I could have played Lingering Souls there and tried to play around that or whatever, but that's not realistic. They had to top, and we knew they kept it, but they had to top deck that. Too bad. The turn we actually went for a mostly protected Liliana is the turn we get blown out, but... Alright, so I'm going to Thought Seize here. Which hopefully allows us to Copter, discard Lingering Souls. See what our opponent's sitting on, though. Because the longer this game goes, it is going to get out of hand. So we want to be able to get through as much as we can while we can. That Sacrificial Mutavault play earlier actually might work out pretty well for us, but opponent's deep in the tank here on this Thoughtseize. Wonder if they're sitting on another Another cryptic command. This works out if they, you know, go for a counter bounce on the copter, we get attack with Gravecrawler. If they go for a counter, you know, anything else, we get a... Oh my gosh. The cryptic command and a Kolaghan's command, huh? Okay, well... They'll do our work for us, actually. And we get a Thoughtseize here. I think. There's still a Terminate in hand. Yeah, there's a Terminate. Are we going to find out what the last card is? Probably land. Oh, wow. Well, okay. Search for Azcanta. Okay. Well, this works out. Our opponent did us a favor by allowing us to discard here. We wanted to attack to discard, but this works too. Now our opponent has no cards in hand. Their draws were Cryptic Command into Kolaghan's Command into Search for Azcanta. That was pretty good. But our hand... well, our hand was already good. The loots we got off Copter were pretty big here. Alright, I'm just running out another Lingering Souls. This puts the most pressure on our opponent while being counterspell resistant. Another Cryptic Command, huh? Okay. Not a very good one, though. Counter, bounce a token, not exactly where you want to be with Cryptic Commands. And finally, they whiff to an extent here and draw a land. Alright, this works. Alright, we got to get in here with this Spirit token. We get to play Copter. Opponent's still at 6 and gets to activate Search. So things... We're not out of the woods by any means here. And it's a matter of fact, those last 5 points of damage are going to be very difficult to deal with. Now, we do have this Gravecrawler when we do run out the zombie, and I wanted to wait until our opponent actually had cards in hand to run out the Tideholder Scholar. But we will be able to get the Gravecrawler back at that point. Any Bloodghast we draw will have haste as well. Alright, what did they reveal? They revealed Lightning Bolt. Okay, well, it's good to know. Okay, so our opponent has Lightning Bolt and an Unknown in hand. And we have a lot going for us here. Just no reason to play that out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and run this out. Because we can take the Lightning Bolt and crew up the Copter this way, which allows us to present lethal. Okay, we're going to get Spell Snared. Fair enough. Spell Snare was a nice draw there. Alright, so this is not great because they get to Bolt plus activate Search. Or, it's just not... So they found Azcanta. They're not searching anymore. But we still get to put our opponent to 2. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything over here. All we have is a Gravecrawler that we can't play. Alright, our opponent is down to 3 and has no cards in hand. But they get to activate Search and then they get a draw. Or activate Azcanta and they get a draw. So... this is going to be really difficult to deal those last 3 points of damage. Alright, I can clear a Kolaghan's Command, huh? Oh my gosh. Okay. They could also just Cruel Ultimatum us or something. Man, I don't know if we're going to get there. We are hitting the Azcanta wall. I guess it's... Oh, no. Alright, Tasigur. Yeah, Tasigur's not the end of the world, I guess. Oh, good. That's not helpful right now. Oh, man. Alright, get in with these. Maybe our opponent will get greedy and attack with Tasigur. I mean, they have no reason not to, right? And then we can surprise them with Bloodghast, and we have the land to bring it back. That's not the worst play. They're deciding what to do with this Kolaghan's Command here. What, do you activate Azcanta, or do you Kolaghan's Command away a Spirit? I don't think you want to go to 1. Pretty sure you're supposed to command a spirit here and make me discard. Oh, they have a Snapcaster Mage over there. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Alright, it is what it is. Snapcaster Colon Guns command loop. Opponent's at 2. Oh, man. This is so close, but I don't think... I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to get there. Okay. Yeah, this Snapcaster Colon Guns command value is going to be too much. I think we're all in on sneaking this Bloodghast through next turn. Wow, what a close game. Our opponent had a pretty absurd series of draws, to be honest. Ripping that Cryptic the turn we went for Liliana was pretty sick. Alright, well, hope is not... It's not over, because our opponent has 2 creatures in play, which are coming in with both of them. And they have 1 card in hand and a search and Azcanta, so... And you know what? Drawing that Lingering Souls means we actually have blockers too. It's not the... Lingering Souls is not a bad draw here. Alright, well, it looks like they're going to have removal for the Bloodghast. Yeah, obviously had Lightning Bolt. Alright, well, we're not dead yet. Our opponent just continues to rip perfectly, but we're not dead yet. Lingering Souls is a real good one. Okay, well, I mean, again, we're probably dead. Our opponent gets to activate Azcanta yet again. You almost never beat this many Azcanta activations, but our opponent just never misses on draw steps. Terminate, huh? Okay. Well, that means we're not dead. They can terminate a spirit, put us to 2 from the Snapcaster. But if they draw anything, we're dead. If they activate search and find anything, we're dead. Yeah, they did not. Okay, so we get to do this. Game's not over yet. Gosh, can I draw Collective Brutality and just drain them, please? Okay, that's a magic card. Alright, let's see. Trade with the Snapcaster here. Yep. Alright. Let's Tideholder Scholar. This is pretty good. We get Gravecrawler back. Alright, there's nothing there. Okay. Get our Gravecrawler back. Get to flashback our Lingering Souls. Alright, well, game's not over. Not looking good, but game's not over. It's just almost impossible to beat Azcanta, though. This card is just so good. Alright, Fatal Push. You know, Fatal Push isn't that bad for us. Our opponent needs to find something else. They have land Fatal Push, so you can Fatal Push one of these things down. But we have... Well, they need another... Well, they don't need that much, to be honest. Given that Azcanta can find whatever they need. He also just Cryptic, tap our team and win. Yeah, that works too. You Fatal Push our Spirit and kill us. Yeah, that was just incredibly unlucky. I don't think I could have played any differently. Our opponent, yeah, there's obviously the removal right there. Our opponent just drew perfectly there. All right, let's try game 2. We do have a lot of good cards for the matchup, right? We have a lot of recursive threats here, and that is good. I think I want Leyline of the Voids. definitely want Anguish Sunmaking. What I don't want are these Copters. Copter is very good, but man, Copter's a blowout against Kolaghan's Command. We just get destroyed. Do not want Fatal Pushes. I do probably want another Brutality. Probably want a Path, I guess. The question is if we really want the Leyline of the Voids, but I think we do. They're pretty all in on their graveyard over there. This is just a duress, and it's not even a great duress, but it's pretty good against them. Excuse me. And it you know, we get a little bit of marginal value out of our discarding. I mean, drawing the Collective Brutality in that game would have drained them for the last points we needed. That game, the turn they ripped that Cryptic Command, though, that was pretty sick. All right, we'll go first, and I'm very tempted to keep this hand. Our opponent's not going to put us on... here's the case for it. Our opponent's not going to put us under any pressure. We have the turn 0 Leyline of the Void. If we draw nothing and have to start discarding, we have cards that are fine in our graveyard. We do have a Thoughtseize. We have... like, this... I can mulligan, but what are we hoping? You know, we need to... if we draw one land, our hand is just fine. I don't know. This is obviously extremely greedy, but I'm and a lot of this is motivated by the Leyline of the Void, but it's also motivated by the fact that we can miss our second lane drop for a few turns and be in the game still. And if we hit it in the first 2 turns, we're probably just golden. And if we actually get lucky and draw one immediately, we're great. But I don't know. The 6 could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. This hand has a lot of the stuff we want. It's got hand disruption, it's got recursive threats, it's got lingering souls, it's got graveyard hate. All we're missing is a land. Alright, okay, cool. So we get to next turn Thoughtseize the Cryptic Command out of our opponent's hand. Well, I'd really like to hit Collective Brutality or something, but alright. Okay, there's a land. I think our opponent's playing Censor. Probably not, but... well, that wasn't exactly the land I wanted, I will say that. But beggars can't be choosers and all that. Alright, we'll take the Cryptic Command. So our opponent has 3 land. Alright, so Damnation, Fatal Push. That's our opponent's hand right there. Well, now any land gets us Lingering Souls. I understand why the Mutavaults are in the deck, but it's rough sometimes. This is good, though. It makes Collective Brutality a good draw as well for us now. Because we can pitch a Bloodghast. Yep. Okay. Don't think I will be attacking. The no-value Snapcaster, okay. I mean, it's an Ambush Viper. Not the worst one. Alright, there's that. We're in business now. I think I just play Lingering Souls here. We know our opponent's 4 cards. Our opponent's 4 cards are... well, we don't know. We know 3 of them, rather. Oops, now it's trying to flash back. Alright. So, yeah, our opponent could end up countering this Liliana when it comes down. We'll see. But the Lingering Souls protects the Liliana playing pretty well. And if Liliana resolves and we start, you know, we get a plus at discarding Bloodghast, that's very good for us. Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not incredibly hopeful, but yeah, upside's there. Wow, okay, see, there you go. Gotta just give it a... sometimes you just gotta try. Alright, both players will be discarding. So our opponent discarded land, I guess. Okay. We'll play land. Let's get back our Bloodghast. I will be passing the turn here. No need to, you know, try to poke in for one, be greedy, and fatal push and get our Liliana dead. All we want to do here is just ride Liliana to victory. We even have some nice flexible removal. His Leyline in the Void was real good this game. This keep, I think, worked out pretty well. All right, so our opponent has 4 cards. We know 2 of them. We're pretty good against our damnation. Our deck is pretty much damnation proof. We've got that working for us. The other Leyline, not exactly what we want. Let's go ahead and both discard. Opponent discards a Scalding Tarn. Okay. All right, attack with Bloodghast. Interesting decision to trade there. Okay. I see no need to do anything. Almost tempting to play the Leyline of the Void, but probably not worth it. We'll just crack the fetch land at the end of the turn, get both Bloodghast back. Playing the Leyline means we have more awkward discarding choices, and it would mean we'd have to crack that fetch on our turn. Which means he could damnation for a little more value, especially if we, obviously if we didn't draw land. All right, here we go. Another Mutavault's pretty nice. All right, discard this Leyline here. Our opponent discards a Scalding Tarn. All right. Well, let's attack then. See if our opponent lets us move to attacks. They do. Okay. We have Mutavaults back to block if they try the Ambush Viper plan on Liliana. But we get in there for a bunch of damage. All right. So remember, this is the way it works if anyone's curious with Cryptic Command and Mutavault. When we move, what happens is we move to combat. We pass priority in the beginning of combat. Our opponent, at that point, can cast Cryptic Command, tap our team down. If they do that, we receive priority back and can activate Mutavault. However, if our opponent does not, we're then into the declare attackers, and we cannot activate Mutavault. So you're going to have to play a game of chicken there. Yeah, Liliana, huh? Okay. I think I just plus it. Actually, I just try to attack first. And my opponent could bounce it with Cryptic and tap our team down, but I'm pretty fine if they do that. I'm so tempted to just fire it off. I'm not going to, though. Just stay true here. I mean, for all we know, our opponent's just trying to see more of our deck, and they're not doing much. Alright, we're discarding Liliana. They discard the Damnation. And now they're dead a bunch of different ways, so I think things are probably pretty safe from here. Here comes Cryptic Command to bounce. Bounce draw, sure. Yeah, I mean, I accounted for that maybe happening, right? Our opponent can do that and maybe counter on the way back down, but they also have to not die. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to do. Because now they need a Cryptic. Okay, yes, alright. We'll declare attackers. I'm in. Do they have a way to survive this? Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, that's an interesting one. Sure, our team is down. I'm going to Collective Brutality. Just duress them, I suppose. That way we can resolve Liliana again. Well, you know what? I may as well escalate it because this will clear the way for us to resolve Liliana, and it makes it so that, you know, because this Anguish of Omega is getting discarded to Liliana anyway, and this makes it so it only takes one Mutavault hit to kill them, or one Lingering Souls. Yeah, good enough. Okay, on to game 3. I don't think anything changes in game 3, so I don't think we want the Copters. I think that's exactly what we wanted there. A very disruptive, recursive hand. I like it. We're a little light on removal, of course, for Tasigur, but you know, we want to be the beatdown here. We want to pressure them with Dread Wanderers and Gravecrawlers and Bloodghast and recursive threats while disrupting with the rest of our deck. I think we played that game pretty well. It was tempting to fire off a Liliana Ultimate there and then play the other Liliana, but probably I think our opponent would have kept 4 lands, right? I think that would have been an option. I think they had 7. I'm not sure. But it could have. That was the only way things were going to go badly. Just playing it the way we did, you know, played pretty safe. All right, this is a keep for sure. All right, just very skillfully turn 0 these ley lines every game. All right, so our opponent can deal with this in the long run, but it is annoying. It's very annoying for them to deal with. And in the meantime, we're going to beat down with Gravecrawler here. Yeah, the turn 0 leyline, turn 1 Gravecrawler, pretty nice setup, I think. This is just very annoying, and they shocked themselves on the first turn. Opponent has no red mana either. Or Fatal Push it? Works for me. Alright, now we get a Tideholder Scholar. Yeah, we're getting Spell Snared. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Okay, well, we want to draw land. That's what we want. Not land, but I will take it. There's a lot of annoying stuff for our opponent to deal with, that's for sure. Okay, it resolved. So if next, you know, we need to hit a land. Obviously, we have 4 3-drops in our hand. If we draw a land next turn and just start, you know, firing off Lingering Souls, I think we'll be okay. But, you know, we could certainly miss pretty hard. I like that our opponent's just getting no value out of the Thought Scours and everything. Search for Azcanta is not the worst, right? But not very good either. All right, well, that's not bad. If we weren't going to draw land, that's a reasonable card to draw at least. Now, the problem's going to be when our opponent Cryptic Command... Ooh, okay. I like it. I was going to say, it's going to look real bad when our opponent Cryptic Commands our Gravecrawler and bounces our Leyline to the Void, but looks like that may not be what's happening. Might have Damnation here, but it's not that bad either. In fact, would love for them to tap out for Damnation. Anger of the Gods would be much more annoying. Not sure if the deck that plays Damnation also... Yeah, okay, well, obviously. Well, this is where we draw land and we resolve Liliana. Yeah, alright. Maybe this is just where we lose the game instead. Okay, that's something. Alright, we'll pitch a Lingering Souls. Yeah, this game, we had a window. We had like 4 turns to draw a 3rd land to win. It's going to be pretty hard now. Yep. Their graveyard is back into business. Yeah, we navigated the game. They played the Anger, and Anger is good against us, but if we hit land there, they're not going to counter. We're going to resolve Liliana. We're going to have Bloodghast in play, and it'd be very difficult from that point to lose, but just got magicked a little too hard there and didn't draw land. Well, this is a low value Snapcaster for our opponent. If we can hit land now and we can cast Liliana and minus on it, we might be in a board state where we can make Liliana count. But I think this is probably the last possible turn we have to win the game. All right. I think we're pretty dead here. Unless our opponent's hand is just trash. It is not. We're dead. Man, that's really unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, it's too bad. Had a good hand, played well. Just didn't get to play. Didn't get to play Magic. I'm just going to block. Our opponent can obviously kill it whenever they want. There's no reason for us to take a bunch of damage. We are very, very dead, but we're not going to actually lose the game for about 7 turns here. The most frustrating. So, the one good thing... Okay, there's the land. Our opponent maybe doesn't have counter spells, I guess. I guess that's some amount of right side. Yeah, Liliana resolved. Okay. Discard this Leyline of the Void. It's still going to be very difficult for us to get back in this. I wonder why they're playing Kozilek's Return. I wonder if it's just because it's an instant speed Pyroclasm, or if there's actually some sort of Eldrazi floating around in there. Yeah, it could be Elder Deep Fiend or something, right? Alright, here comes the Kolaghan's Command. Yep, tap your mana the right way. Here we go. Yeah. Pick up the Snapcaster Mage, deal 2 damage to Liliana. Okay, whatever. That means that Snapcaster was slower than a normal Snapcaster. Alright, there goes Liliana. It's our opponent expended about as much resources as we could hope for there, to be honest. Okay, let's get in there with the Bloodghast. The problem with playing Liliana right now is it doesn't actually do much. Because our opponent just snap bolts it. No, he's got they have Cryptic, so we're dead regardless. Well, I guess you take the Snapcast. Take the call. It doesn't matter. We're just dead. We'll take the Kolaghan's Command. That Cryptic Command's the real problem. Maybe they'll burn it on in anger. They anger the gods to clear our board, then we get a chance to resolve Liliana. I think that's what we're hoping for here. Alright, so they have Cryptic, Snapcaster, Anger, and something we don't know about. Alright, is this Anger the Gods? Okay, they're giving us a shot. Okay, well, alright. We're gonna do it. Liliana. Plus Liliana. We'll discard this Gravecrawler. I think I'd like to... I don't know. Do I discard Leyline? I'm discarding Gravecrawler. I'd like to cast Leyline later. I don't know if we'll get a shot. Well, this is solid. So our opponent discards Thought Scour, which was their unknown. So they have Cryptic Command and Snapcaster in hand. So you can't actually... Man, this is cold. Everything happening right now is bad, but... Hey, that's a good draw. Kind of. I mean, it's maybe not the worst draw. I guess I plus here. Our opponent just discards whatever their other card is. I guess I have to discard the one that gives me value. I'm still holding on this Leyline of the Void. Maybe I shouldn't be, but... Our opponent discarded land. Yeah, I think I just have to run this here. They're going to Cryptic Bounce, I think. And then if they have land next turn, they can Snapcast or Cryptic when we replay Liliana. It's just impossible to beat Cryptic Command in this situation. Are they going to Spell Snare it? Kolaghan's Command it. Okay. I mean, that makes some sense too. It's actually sort of the greedy play though. Just for the fact that we get back Gravecrawler this way. I mean, Gravecrawler can't block, so it's not necessarily that relevant, but I mean, we get a Gravecrawler out of the deal this way. I think Cryptic Commanding might have been better. If you Cryptic Command bounce Liliana, then if you hit land, you can Snapcast or Cryptic. See, this is fine because they kill... He burns the K command in the graveyard, hits land, has Cryptic Command, takes Liliana down to 3. We put Liliana at 1 to kill Snapcaster, but it's just Cryptic Command after that. Mutavolt's not a bad draw either. Okay, well, I just play this. It's going to get countered. There's also an argument for plussing there. Up to 4. It makes it get bounced, probably. I'm not sure. Maybe plussing was better. Counter draw. Okay. Well, now they draw, and we have Liliana in play, and a Mutavault for what it's worth. So, if they whiff on a couple draws here, we're in business. As it appears they did. They did not. They're going to like... That's odd. They're going to bolt us after we activate it, so they still have to discard whatever their other card is. Oh, no, we're just getting bolted. Double bolted. Okay, sure, whatever. This is fine, too. Now we get to play Lingering Souls. We get to activate Mutavault. We get to get in there with Mutavault. Well, this is so much better than I was expecting. Now I get to pop this thing, get a Swamp, and play Gravecrawler. And all of a sudden we have 6 power in play. In our opponent's top decking, and we just have lethal in 2 turns. That's a nice one, too. I'm going to save this in case our opponent has, board wipe or whatever. Sure. Fatal Push our Mutavault, take 4. Are we actually going to pull this out? Alright, play the Dread Wanderer. Our opponent's top decking, and we have lethal in play, so if they draw land, we're going to do this. Somehow we're going to come back, climb this hill, if they miss right here. Please just draw a land. Oh, wow, we're going to get an attack step. Okay. All right, that's not what we wanted. Oh, we did it! Oh, my gosh, I can't believe we did it. Wow, I thought we were incredibly dead there. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe I just played great. Maybe I just got lucky. Whatever. One of those is more likely than the other. It is likely I got lucky. But I will take it. We won. I did not expect to win that match. That was awesome. Oh, that was great. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Mining Modern. I'll see you. See you in the next match. That was great.